All right. Factoring quadratics when a is not equal to 1. So yesterday we talked about factoring when we didn't have this number in front. And if we did have a number in front yesterday, we just divided it out. Well, if you look this time, 43 is not divisible by 5 and 18 is not divisible by 5. So we can't do what we did yesterday. It's going to be close to what we did yesterday, but it's going to be just a little bit different. So this is what you do. It's called slide and divide. And if you have friends in Ms. Burkhart's class, when she does it, she does slide and divide bottoms up. And I'll tell you what that is in just a few minutes. Okay. So we're going to do slide and divide. And this is if there's a number in the front. Okay. That will not divide out. So yesterday we had a number in front, but it divided out. So we had a GCF. This time we will not have a GCF. So let's start with number 6 because it's a little bit easier to look at. 6. Let me see if I can make it a little bit cleaner. 6 will not divide into 11 or 10, so that's how we know we don't have a GCF. So we're going to slide this 6 over by multiplying it. We're going to multiply it. That's a little multiplication star. What is 6 times 10? Good. So we're going to rewrite it just like that. And it's a negative 60. 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. Now it looks just like yesterday. So how did we do yesterday? We did factors of negative 60 that add to the middle. So factors of the last that add to the middle. And remember, we used our calculator for that. We'll try to get it all on here at one time. So we did NY equals negative 60 divide X, negative 60 divide X plus X. And then we looked at our table and we looked for a positive 11 in the red column, and that's right here. What are my two numbers with that? Okay, so pretty much the same thing as yesterday, right? Negative 4 and 15. We're going to rewrite it just like yesterday. The only difference in today is now I have to undo that multiplication. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. So we slide. And sorry, it should be a 6. And then we divide. I was thinking about the first problem. Is everybody good? All right, if we look at this, I'll show you another thing. This one was probably the worst one to start with because it has this. I'm going to put in that 4 divide 6, and I'm going to do math enter. The reason I'm going to do that is going to show you a different fraction. So we reduced it because they're both divisible by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. I'm also going to do 15 over 6, math enter. And I got 5 halves. So this will change to 5 halves. If you get this one, it's one of the hardest ones. That's it. And then see how you have bottoms left? This is where Ms. Burkhart says bottoms up. So we take that bottom and we move it up to the top in front of the X. So your final factors, the bottom goes to the front, is 3x minus 2. Bottom goes to the front, a 2x plus 5. We're going to keep doing this. I know it was a lot on the first problem. Most of your problems don't have this where you have to reduce, okay? I just thought 6 and 10 would be easier. All right, let's jump back up to the top. We don't have a GCF, so we're going to slide this 5 over. And we're going to multiply them together. Negative 18 times 5 is negative 90. We're going to do factors of the last, negative 90, that add to 43. So this is not new. This part's the same. We're going to do negative 90 in our calculator. Instead of clearing it out, just type over it, guys. And we're looking for 43. Negative 2 and 45. So we're going to write this down. Our letter was R and a negative 2, R and a positive 45. I have to undo what I did. So I did slide. Now I have to divide. You can do 2 over 5, math, enter. You'll see that it doesn't change. So this is as good as it gets. So we put the 5 in front, bottoms up. So 5R minus 2. What is 45 divided by 5? Everybody see how it's 9? So this just changes to a 9. It doesn't have a bottom, so it just stays as a 9. That's it. So the only time you do bottoms up is if there is a bottom. And I would check all your fractions in your calculator before you do it to see if it simplifies. All right. Number 2, we're going to slide the 5 over and multiply it together. We get x squared plus 31x minus 360. I need factors of negative 360 that add to 31. So just like yesterday, factors of negative 360, divide x plus x. And then once you get that in, look at your table, second graph. I'm looking for 31. There's a 67, 54, 37. There's 31. Negative 9 and 40. So I have x and a negative 9. X and a 40. I did slide. Now I have to divide by that front number. Divide by 5. Check it in your calculator. Again, put it in math, enter. Math, enter. I got 9/5, nothing happens. So I just move it up. So our first set of parentheses is 5x minus 9. 40 divided by 5, math, enter is 8. It doesn't have a bottom, so I just replace it with 8. Let's go ahead and do number 4 while it's right here on the screen. We're going to slide the 3 over by multiplying it. We get k squared minus 19k. And then 3 times negative 14 is negative 42. I need factors of negative 42 that add to negative 19. So in my calculator, negative 42 divide x, negative 42 divide x plus x. In my table, I'm looking for negative 19. There's negative 5.8, negative 7. Keep going. There's negative 19, negative 21, and a positive 2. So I have a k and a negative 21, a k and a positive 2. Don't forget the next part. I did slide. Now I have to divide by 3. If I put it in my calculator, 21 divide 3, math, enter. I get 7. So this one's just k minus 7. 2 over 3, math, enter doesn't change. So I just slide my 3 up. And then you're done. And again, the reason I always do math enter is if it's a fraction, it'll reduce. Okay. So instead of just putting it in and hitting enter. So don't put in like 40 over 5, I know is 8. But if it's something simpler that can divide down like that, or number 6 did, I want to make sure that you have that fraction there. Okay. So keep hitting math enter. Look at your next one, number 3. We're going to do 3 and 5. We're going to slide 7 and multiply. B squared plus 25b. And when we multiply that, we get negative 350. I need factors of negative 350. That add to 25. Values are going down. There's 25. So negative 10 and 35. Give me just a second. Yes. Thanks. All right, my two numbers are negative 10 and 35. So B minus 10 and B plus 35. I did slide, now I have to divide by 7. I want to check to make sure they don't reduce. So I'm going to do 10 over 7, math, enter. It did not reduce. So I just slide the 7 up. So my first factor is 7b minus 10. Check your next one. 35 over 7, math, enter. I just get 5. So b plus 5. That's it. Any questions? So again, we're just adding a little bit from yesterday. Just a little bit. All right. We're going to slide our 9 over. Negative 56 times 9 is negative 504. So we get x squared minus 3x minus 504. I need factors of 504 or negative 504 that add to negative 3. So we're looking for negative 3 in the red. There's 10. It's going down here. There's negative 3. Negative 4 and positive 21. Negative 24 and positive 21. We did slide. Now we have to divide. We're going to do 24 divided by 9, math, enter. And you guys see it reduces to 8/3. Once you get the small fraction, move your number in front. So 3x minus 8. 21 over 9, math, enter, is 7 over 3. Once you get the small fraction, move the number in front. So 3x plus 7. Any questions on the first 6? Guys, if you have questions, please let me know. Stop me when you get that look on your face instead of just sitting there with it on your face. Okay, I want to help you. All right, number 7, 8, 9, and 10 are exactly the same. There's bigger numbers. Okay, 7's like your last little bitty number. So we're going to slide this 4 over. We get p squared plus 17p, and 4 times 4 is 16. We need factors of 16 that add to 17. So we're looking for a positive 17. We need to get out of these negatives. There it is. 1 and 16. So a positive 1 and a positive 16. We did slide. Now we have to divide. When you put it in your calculator, math, enter, you still get 1/4, so it didn't change. We just put the 4 in the front. And then 16 divided by 4 is 4, so we just change this to P plus 4. That is it. I'm going to go ahead and do number 9 since it's sitting right here on the screen. Slide your 8. So we get k squared plus 90k. Multiply those two, we get 1296. Again, don't worry about how big the number is because you don't have to do the work, okay? Your calculator is going to do it for you. So I need factors of 1296 that add to 90. So again, your calculator will do it for you. When you go to your table, you're looking for 90. You can see the numbers are going down in the red column. So I want to keep going down until I get to 90. Where's 90? So there they are. 18 and 72. So a positive 18 and a positive 72. Now this one's kind of sneaky. This one's kind of sneaky. We got to divide by 8. What are all of these numbers divisible by? They're not divisible by 8. 18 is not divisible by 8. What is it divisible by? Is 8 divisible by 3 or 6? Two. They're all divisible by 2, right? Remember when we were looking in our box of 4 and we had 2s and everything, and I said that would be your GCF? This one is the same way. If you don't take the GCF out first, that's how you can find it without taking it out. Okay. If it's multiple choice, just see, oh, they have a GCF. What can I take out? But every one of these is divisible by 2. So I'm going to pull that 2 out here, which would give me a 9 and a 4 divided by 2. If you don't know the other one, 72 divided 2, don't be scared to use your calculator, is 36 and 4. 9 over 4 won't reduce, so we're going to slide the 4 up. 4k plus 9. And then 36 divided by 4 is 9. So this one's going to be k plus 9. And again, why did we take out the 2? They were all divisible by 2. I want to show you number 10, taking that out. These are big numbers. You're going to take out a GCF here too, but I'm going to show you this one with the smaller numbers first. If you want to know whether there's a GCF in there or not, break it down like we did in the very beginning of notes. 36 is 6 times 6, which is 2 and 3, 2 and 3, and 2 x's. Remember, we wrote a big fat plus. Negative 24 is negative 1. 6 is 2 and 3, and 4. You could have done 12 and 2. It doesn't matter. Just that's your breakdown. 32 is negative 1, and 8 times 4. 8 is 3 2s, and 4 is 2 2s. So 5 2s. What do they all have in common? 2 2s. So they have a 4 in common, right? So that's my GCF. So this is what we did the very first day we factored. We took out a GCF. And then we multiply them back together. 3 times 3 is 9 and 2 x's. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 and an x. And over here, 3 2s is an 8. And a negative 1 makes negative 8. Now do your slide and divide with just your parentheses. So you can either take it out in the beginning or you can take it out in the end. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're more comfortable with is what you want to do. Okay. So I'm going to slide the 8 I get x squared minus 6x. 9 times negative 8 is negative 72. I'm looking for factors of negative 72 that add to negative 6. There's positive 6. There's negative 6. So x and a positive 6, x and a negative 12. I did slide, so I have to divide by 9. Six over 9, math, enter, gives you 2/3. You can do it like this. Slide your 3 up. Twelve divided by 9, math, enter, gives you 4/3. Slide your 3 up. And you get 3x minus 4. Don't forget to bring down your GCF. So those will be the hardest ones, the ones with GCFs, because you may not see it in the beginning. All right, we have one more. I'm actually going to do this one on paper, so I'm not squishing it up between them. So all I'm doing right now is copying it down. You will be fine on your paper. I just want you to be able to see it. So we're going to break this down. 24 is 8 times 3, or 3 2s and a 3 and 2 b's. You guys had trouble with your factors of 246. I would too. That's perfectly fine. Remember, we just do the top part if we're looking for factors. And I want to find the best ones that I can break down. 6 and 41 would be good ones because 41 doesn't break down. So 6 is 2 and 3. And 41 will not break down, and a B. Same thing with 432. I don't know factors right off the top of my head, but I can look at my calculator. 6 and 72, I know. Here's a 12 and 36. That one's easy for me as well. Okay, 12 is 2 times 6. 6 is 2 times 3. And then 36 was 6 times 6. So 2, 3, 2, 3. What do they all have in common? A 2 and a 3. So that's a 6 that comes out. That leaves me with 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 b's. Just 41b. And then 6 times 6 is 36 times 2 is 72. Okay, and again, all I did was multiply all those numbers together. I'm going to slide and divide. So slide this 4 over. 72 times 4 is 288. So we have b squared plus 41b plus 288. I need factors of 288 that add to 41. I have 9 and 32. 9 and 32. So a positive 9 and a positive 32. I slid the 4, so now I need to divide by 4. If you put it in your calculator, 9 over 4 will not reduce, so we just slide the 4 up. 32 divided by 4 is 8. Don't forget to bring down your GCF. Any questions? All right, so you're gonna find some on your homework that are pretty easy. You're gonna find some that are kind of hard. When you're doing your homework, if you get stuck or if you just want us to check before you submit or whatever, let us know. Hopefully it'll keep doing that, like where you get one chance and then you have to fix it. So if it does that, that's great. If you get it wrong, definitely raise your hand and say, hey, tell me what I did wrong, okay? Stop sharing, stop recording.